Hi everyone and welcome to 3 Charts in 1 with me, Richard Perry, market analyst for Infinox on Friday the 25th of November. It's Black Friday today, day after Thanksgiving, so we're going to be expecting limited liquidity, maybe impacting subdued volatility as well, continuing for a long weekend. A lot of US traders are out, but still markets will be moving, and we're looking at some forex charts. We've got the New Zealand dollar today, big focus on how the dollar correction continues. We're also looking at the oil price and the DAX. So let's get straight into it with this Kiwi chart. Now, I don't often look at the Kiwi, but it is the big outperformer of the major forex as major currencies as the dollar has corrected, and we can see this recovery. It's actually accelerated away from the original uptrend to build a new uptrend now, and it's burst through this resistance. I'll get the crosshair on this resistance that comes in around 61.50. Come out here, you can see the importance of this band. Old support becomes new resistance. It held around that level but broke through that earlier this week, and it really is strong on the momentum, strong on the recovery, strong on the uptrend, accelerating away, as I said, and it is the outperforming currency at the moment of the majors, and breaking out above that 62 figure mark. That is your latest breakout. That is a good band of support now. 60 60 up towards 62 figure. There's a good basis of support if there is any correction. You've got a slightly stretched RSI, but given how strong this run higher is, if the dollar correction continues, I think Kiwi will continue to run at the top of the performance charts, and subsequently I think that this is a move that is going to be continuing higher. We can see that there is as I said, a move through that resistance, and you can effectively, the next resistance is not until 64.70. So there is still further room to run. I think you look at this 4-hour chart, for example, you can see the continued strength of the momentum. Any time that RSI on the 4-hour gets sort of to 50 to maybe 40, it is seen as a chance to buy time and time again throughout this uptrend. Little bit stretched, you can argue, maybe time for a bit of a consolidation. But as I said, the latest breakout 62 figure area, nice basis of support around that for any sort of unwinding drift to be used as a chance to buy once more. So looking strong on that Kiwi chart. Onto this oil price. Interesting, the oil price has basically now built a trading range over the past few months, and that range comes in around $82-83 up towards $101, and it's basically just flying around here. We've got this mid-range trading band, this pivot area here, which interestingly enough, we had the rebound bull hammer candle, arguably a dragonfly doji, but pretty much a bull hammer candle, you could argue, but it didn't really do a great deal. It sort of faltered as the subsequent session went on, and then the next session after that decisively fell over. So this is a big resistance area within the middle of this trading range now, and you can see that that comes in. If I get the crosshair, you can see that resistance starts to come in around 88.40, 88.50 up towards 90.40. So a couple of bucks worth of resistance on the chart here, but you can also see this downtrend formation here, and effectively this is a range because you can see the RSI just basically oscillating between the low 30s up towards the mid 60s. That is pretty classic trading range territory, that on the momentum. So you'd still be playing this as a range. So, and the initial indication would be that mid-range pivot band, how the market reacts around that. If it can break through the resistance there, you can see the market sort of potentially moving higher within the band. If it falters around that resistance, it sort of drifts back towards the lows again. So that is basically where we're at, I think, on oil. We're sort of trading in a range now, and I think that could be something that continues for a time to come. And finally, on the DAX, this is the big outperformer of the equity markets. The DAX running sharply higher, and it's broken through several key technical resistances. We can see these, if I go back a couple of levels here, we can see that the resistance that we had around that sort of 13,900 area, that has been broken decisively, and it now means a test of 14.7, and that is up towards where we're coming. And I'll show you the importance of 14.7 to 14.8. 14.8 was this old massive support that we had from earlier in the year, which broke down in February and became a basis of resistance. And we can see that this time and again in the subsequent months, we've seen that this comes back as a basis of resistance. So how the market reacts around here will be crucial. But the the encouraging fact is that we can see here RSI on the previous tests of this resistance. The RSI came in around 65 and faltered. We're up around the 70s area now, which suggests really strong momentum. So we're in a bull phase. This is a bull phase now for the DAX. And how the market reacts around this resistance will be important. Obviously, it is stretched, and it's been stretched for over 2 weeks, but that for me suggests strength of the trend. I mean, back about a week ago, I was sort of playing around with this consolidation area, thinking, well, the candles are turning a little bit sour, the RSI is stretched, it might be starting to correct back, and below 14,125 would have been a top pattern. It resisted that and then continued to move higher, and it continues to run along this uptrend. The 4-hour chart, let's have a look at the momentum. Very strong still, holding above 50. We can see that throughout this uptrend, holding above 50 consistently. The only time it didn't was back a few weeks ago, but essentially that is still now an area 50 where the buyers come back in. So strength of momentum, really positive, looking for a test of that 14.7 to 14.8, and then that will be the next key moment for this DAX chart. So I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you soon.